Rossi and Rick Parfitt. Oh, welcome. Fun. Is it still fun?
Yeah, we wouldn't do it if it wasn't. I mean, the travelling on the road can get sometimes a bit tedious, but generally being on stage and doing it, man, is still great, yeah.
Why team up with the Beach Boys, then?
We met them in Berlin a couple of years ago doing the show for the decommissioning of the troops, and one of the Beach Boys, Bruce Johnson, was probably the most enthusiastic man in the world. He was giving it some of this, lots of this, like Californians do, and he said, we must do something together. And you often get these things said between bands, and he kept on the phone and quite keen, and when we started to do the album and tried various Beach Boys tracks, this one came up. And we needed an extra verse, and they had to write a new verse in last year. And then we sent them what they call a slave tape, and they did some in Los Angeles, some in Denver, some in Chicago, and...
Riveting stuff.
You finally got together for that video.
Yeah, well, it's something we'd never done before. We've never worked with anybody in the business. We've often thought it would be nice to work, but nobody wanted to work with us, ever.
Yeah, but tell everybody what you just told me when we were watching that video just now, why you like the Beach Boys.
I can't say that
on air. Yes, you can. Well, I'll say it if you don't. You said they like working with the Beach Boys because it made them look young.
I never said that. I never said that.
Now, Tony, I must bring you in here because I understand that apart from the Kinks, the Quo are your favourites.
Yeah, I mean, and I thought, you know, I'd like my pop stars looking like these guys, you know. I mean, it makes me feel good. Yeah, well, no, it does. No, it just shows you there's a connection, and I think it's great, you know. And I mean, that tour that you did, I mean, you know, rocking around the world. I mean, it was great, wasn't it? I mean, you know, I was hoping they were going to play some live music, but I've just been told they try to avoid that these days.
Yeah, well, that's what we were told as well. So what could we do?
Well, sorry, go on.
No, please.
Look at me.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, I would.
What were you going to say?
No, I've forgotten it.
All right, then. Well, I'll ask you, because I don't know, I know I keep asking questions about money today, but I've got to ask you, 110 million records sold worldwide.
Well, it's just...
What have you done with it all?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
up the wall, isn't it?
Yeah, we've blown a lot of it over the years. I suppose I'm being really rather stupid.
What, sex, drugs and rock and roll?
I suppose so, yeah.
It's just like politicians, really, isn't it?
Yeah, well, but without the money, well, not enough money. I should have obviously asked a few. I should have asked a few more questions. If they're going to get £1,000 a go, then I could have kept up with these guys, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How many questions have you tabled?
About 8,000, something
That's
like
well
that.
over, so 1,000 times a
well, yeah, it's right, about £8 million. I mean, you know, I could have come and been your roadie, you know. Yes, right, yeah.
I'm going to join the band today.
Oh, thanks, yeah.
What are your musical tastes, though, apart from your own stuff? What is the kind of thing that you go for?
Yeah, I like Jeff Lynne, I like Tom Petty, and I like Nat King Cole.
Goes right across the board, then,
yeah, really. I mean, when you get home, I don't listen to an awful lot of music at home, but if I do, I tend to listen to that sort of thing. Get away from rock and roll a bit, or heavy rock, you know, get away from it, you know. Sweaters for goalposts.
Sweaters for goalposts.
A friend of ours says that.
Sweaters for goalposts.
No, man.
Yes. No, I know.
Really fast, yeah.
I'll catch on eventually. Yeah. No, but when now at the end of a gig, because you've got this 30-year anniversary tour, Don't Stop. By the way, who told you not to stop?
Well, we don't
Who said
intend
don't
to stop.
stop?
Our manager's idea for the title.
God will tell them to stop, I should imagine.
Yeah,
you know?
like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he's already whispered it.
That's right.
Leave it alone. Don't kiss the red button.
Slow
So
down, boy.
when you get to the end of a gig these days, what do you do? Do you go out and party, or what? What?
She wants to know about the groupies. Come on, so do I.
We're so boring after a show. Tell them, Rick, go on.
Well, I thought you were going to steam in. Well, we go back to the hotel, and I go to my... This is very rock and roll.
You get DGU'd.
I go to my room, I get DGU'd, which is dressing gowned up. Right? I have a cup of tea.
Cup of tea?
Cup of tea, watch the telly till about 1.
Ginger biscuits, you forgot your
And
ginger
Jabies.
biscuits.
I call them Jabies, I don't know why, because I'm thick, I suppose. Jabies, ginger biscuits, dressing gown, watch the telly, have a cup of tea and go to sleep. Haha, rock and roll.
Yeah.
Forget what I said about
But
the
it
life
does
of a
make for a good
politician.
show the following day, you see, which is the important point.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. So if I said, like, today's band's Blur, what would it mean to you?
I don't know, nothing really. What's it supposed to mean?
Well, I don't know. It could mean a band. It could mean the state you'd spent the last 20 years
Oh,
in. I don't know,
yeah,
really.
I mean, yeah, well, a bit of both, really.
Satire.
No, I'll start you in a minute, you know.
Yes.
I won't say anything, it's all right, Sarah.
Not at all.
I mean, Damon Albarn, to me, is a Chelsea supporter. That's, I think, a much greater claim to fame than being the lead singer for Blur.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, he's a good guy. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Did you got those programmes, by the way? I just have to catch up on some.
Yes, I
old
did.
news
I
things.
got those programmes. Thank you very much indeed for your
Great
help.
collection of memorabilia.
The football memorabilia, lads. Yeah,
Rock and roll
1950.
memorabilia at all? No, I didn't mean that.
Well, I've got my Buddy Holly programme. When I went to see Buddy Holly play live at the Trocadero Elephant and Castle. Not many people can say that these days. And it was, it was great. I've still got that.
You've got that?
Yep, keep that one.
And will you be at the Don't Stop tour at one of the gigs? They're coming back to Britain at the end of this year, aren't you?
What? I'm
You'll be
beating
there.
a path on the
France
door.
prize, no
Thanks
problem.
very much. Yeah, do you think
You'll be
I'll get away with that? Yeah.
We're all
sure,
gonna
and
be there.
I'll be up the back with the groupies as well.
I bet you.
normally down the
Ladies and
front.
gentlemen, thank you very much to Tony Banks, Francis Rossi and Rick Parfitt. Thanks, guys. Best of luck with your tour. Join us tomorrow with Hollywood legend Mickey Rooney talking about his latest one-man show, and Boy's Own will be live in the studio. Well, that's it for today. Join me again on Friday with Sean Bean, Davy Jones from the Monkees, Tony Hadley and Geraldine McEwen. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.
An awkward reunion for Tom and Rudy. Rich Man, Poor Man, next on BBC One.